all done. And I'm standing up and I don't feel like throwing up.
Well, maybe if you're short.
Should I bring a headlamp?
I would say probably so.
So this is a secret room used for the Underground Railroad. How many people do you think fit down there?
I don't know without a light.
I'm gonna bring a light. Alright, we're going down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check it out. Oh. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Did you hear her, Jay?
Yep, watch my head. Wow. So this is where people used to hide out.
Oh my
It's actually
gosh.
quite big.
Yeah.
Without
more
the
space than I thought.
Without the ventilation stuff.
Right.
But still, having to just hide here is worrying about getting caught all the time.
Sometimes for a couple of weeks waiting on the next ride north. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty wild. It's pretty big actually. It was probably packed pretty full.
Let me get out of your way in case you shoot a video for
pretty wild.
people.
So this is where they used to hide. This was part of the Underground Railroad where slaves heading up north would hide so they could get further north. But quite a bit of history in this mansion. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And the people hiding them could also have been prosecuted if they were found. But pretty cool. All right, heading up.
Watch that head.
Yep.
How big is it?
It's bigger than I thought it would be.
Oh, no.
Size, and then there's a wall here, but there's two like, little windows, and you have to wiggle.
There are the stairs they would take to come up, and this is actually the AT right here. Right along here, so you can see hikers walk by. And there's a bunch of bumblebees flying around up here. I don't know if they're mating or fighting, but every once in a while, two of them will crash into each other and then they fall to the ground. Then they get up. It's really crazy. So I'm gonna try to get shots of them. Yesterday afternoon, there were a lot more than there is right now. But it's the weirdest thing, and they're huge. One time I was just leaning against the railing and they just hovered and stared at me. Oh, there's a dead one down there. Good morning. It's day 113 maybe, but it's time and I'm bringing my own spoon. Yes, I'm going down to the general store and I'm gonna eat myself a half gallon of ice cream, or rather 1.5 quarts of orange sherbet and half a quart of vanilla ice cream. Oh, you know, I forgot something. I gotta go get it. Okay, I am ready to go now. I forgot the cash. They only take cash here and I used most of my cash. I had my wallet in there, so I grabbed some for my backpack. And I also got lactase from my bag. So I'm gonna need that today. So it turns out Heather Anderson is gonna be speaking right behind his house, not the museum. It's pretty nice. I don't have to walk down to the museum, which is probably like 100 yards. I can just, you know, just go out the back door. But I helped him set up a little while a video was uploading, and it's gonna be interesting. All right, that's going on. It starts at 12:30, and Heather Anish is gonna speak at 2:30. I guess she's gonna be other people speaking, but I'm gonna head down and get some ice cream. It's 11:30 now, so I should have plenty of time to eat and relax before anything starts. And just setting up a couple of tents, I was sweating so hot. Whew, I can't backpack in this. But here we go. Here's the general store. I'll just walk around the front here, and let's hope they still have orange sherbet. Here's my ice cream. So it's this much. There's my hand for scale. I don't know how many people have bought 1.5 quarts ice cream before, but yeah, it's not bad. And I'm just gonna open both and let it melt for a while, and then I'm going to start on that. Maybe I'll switch back and forth. I don't know, mix it up. But yeah, key is getting it to melt because they're rock hard. I've always heard that on far off, people saying that. Yesterday when Pink Hot Dog was doing it, his was super hard as well. So I let it melt a little, but only the very top's melted. So I'm gonna start a timer. I don't think that I'm gonna do it in 30 minutes because I'm gonna get brain freeze like 100 times. And I don't want my brain to be permanently frozen. So I'll start and probably take a good hour and enjoy it instead of suffering through. There it is. It took me just over 37 minutes, just under 37 I guess. But it was cold. That last bites were cold, but all done. And I'm standing up and I don't feel like throwing up. Look what I got. That's what you get for eating a half-gallon of ice cream in a little over 30 minutes. Here's the mansion back there, and there's a setup. We're gonna start talking any moment here. And I have to say, I stepped away because I was just sitting there waiting for the speech to begin, but I felt fine after the ice cream challenge, but now it's been an hour and a half. And I don't feel, that's really nauseous, but it's like vomiting might not be a bad idea. It doesn't feel good. So it's weird. Right after, felt fine. Half an hour later, felt fine. It's been an hour and a half, and now I'm feeling like, why did I do that? But the speech is gonna happen, so I'm gonna sit there and enjoy it. I brought my umbrella this time so I could sit out in the sun, so there's only a little bit of shade, so other people can use that. But I'm gonna try to take some pictures, and I'll record video here and there, but I'm not gonna record the whole speech or anything like that. Yeah, she's the one in blue, way over there behind the table. Ugh, I'm burping so much. The ice cream was so foamy at the end. It's not good. I'm so glad I'm taking a 0 after that.
I grew up in Michigan, and anybody here been to Michigan? Okay, a lot of you have been to Michigan. One thing Michigan is lacking: mountains. There is far more topography in this park than there is in the entire county I grew up in Michigan. I grew up in southern Michigan, well, central Michigan, really. They said to me, well, that's really cool, Heather, but you know, a lot of people don't make it, so don't take it too hard if you can't finish this hike. Back then, the AT had an attrition rate of 90%. And every time somebody said that to me, it only made my desire to make it to the other end stronger. And the day I graduated from college, I handed the keys to my car and my diploma to my mom, and hugged my mom and dad goodbye, and got into another car with 2 of my best friends, and we drove all night. In less than 24 hours after walking across that stage, I was walking north from Springer Mountain, Georgia. And I had no idea what I was doing. My backpack weighed about 45 pounds, and granted, there was about 2 weeks worth of plain oatmeal and plain rice in.
Yesterday I was just working all evening, so I forgot to close out the video, so I'll just close it out now. So today was a pretty fun day. Got to do the ice cream half-gallon challenge, and I did not feel good. I think, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but right after I finished, I was like, oh, I could eat more, no problem. An hour later, I was so good. Hour and a half later, I was like, ugh. And then even until this morning, I was a little, I don't know. I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't do it again. If I mean, I would, if I was on a through hike, I would do it, you know, just for that experience. But I wouldn't do it again on this through hike. It was too much sugar and too much dairy. In fact, for dinner, we also had a big pizza, and my stomach was not feeling it again. I think I'm just gonna not have any dairy at all for, I don't know, next 2 weeks. No pizzas or anything. That's hard though, because some places, all they have are pizzas. So anyway, it was an interesting day. Got to see Heather Anderson, Anish. So yeah, it was actually quite fun, and the timing just worked out that she was there giving her speech. So I got to sit and watch some of that. I'll give you some of the excerpts there. I didn't record a whole thing because it's just too long, but it was a great zero. I did 3 videos, which is, you know, not the best considering there were 2 days here, but overall it was a good zero, and I had a fun time. So thanks for watching. You all have a good night, and tomorrow we'll be back on trail.